Developments in the case that made headlines across the country. Michael Bever, one of two Broken Arrow brothers accused of killing 5 of their family members, is in court today.
Welcome to Inside Evil Interrogations, where we explore the darkest corners of the human mind by analyzing the confessions and psychological profiles of some of the most notorious criminals. Our goal is to delve deep into the motivations and mindsets behind these heinous acts, offering a unique perspective on the psychology of crime. If you're fascinated by true crime, forensic psychology, and the chilling realities of criminal behavior, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest episodes. In this episode, we dive into the case of Michael Bever, a 16-year-old who, alongside his older brother Robert, committed one of the most brutal family massacres in recent history. On July 22, 2015, the Bever brothers meticulously executed a plan to murder their parents and siblings in their Broken Arrow, Oklahoma home. Armed with knives and an unwavering desire for infamy, the brothers attacked their family, killing 5 members, including their parents and 3 younger siblings. 2 family members survived the attack, a younger sister who managed to escape, and a toddler who was left unharmed. Michael's chilling confession reveals a deeply disturbed psychological state, marked by a lack of empathy, a fascination with violence, and a pathological need for recognition. His account of the crime, devoid of any remorse, offers a terrifying glimpse into the mind of a young individual completely detached from the gravity of his actions. Join us as we analyze Michael Bever's confession and explore the psychological dynamics that led to this horrific family tragedy.
I'll read some stuff to you. It makes it legal for us to talk to you, okay?
So like I told you when I met you at the jail, my name's Eric. I'm a detective here with Broken Arrow Police. Like she told you from Adriana, she's a detective also. We just want to spend some time and maybe talk and discuss some things and maybe ask you some questions, let you ask us some questions and make sure we're all comfortable with what's going on, and then we'll go from there. That sounds good? Okay, so you probably heard or seen this on TV before, but it's your notification rights, your Miranda rights. And so I'm going to read them to you, but I want to sit here where you can see the paper, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to read 1 through 5 right here. And so I'll read them and you kind of can look at it with me. I want to make sure you understand all these. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to answer any questions or make any statement. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before we ask you any questions, and you have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one, the court will appoint one for you before you are asked any questions. It's hard to read it sideways. If you want to answer questions now without a lawyer being present, you may do so. You have the right to stop answering questions at any time. So you understand what those are saying? Basically, if you want an attorney, just tell me. If you don't like any of the questions I ask, just tell me to stop. If you get uncomfortable, we'll stop whenever you want. Kind of you're in control. Does that sound good? Okay. So what I want you to do is I'm going to read this waiver to you right here, and you look at it as I read it to you, because I'll make sure you understand it. It says, I have read the statement of my rights shown above. I understand what my rights are. I'm willing to answer questions and make a statement. I do not want a lawyer present at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure of any kind has been used against me. So if you agree with that statement that I just read to you, that you're looking at, if you'll sign right there for me.
What I can do is see.
Yeah, just whatever you can do the best. And then if you will read and answer 1 through 4 for me.
So put like high school.
Yeah. Yeah, because you had said you had graduated?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, week. So you put high school for your formal education,
Yep.
and are you presently on any drugs or medication? You answered no. Are you under the influence of alcohol? You answered no. And you do read and speak English, obviously, you put yes.
Yeah.
Sound good? Okay.
Do you take any prescription medications?
Well, man, I'm just kind of got thrown into this, so I was hoping maybe you could kind of just go back at the beginning when all this started and kind of tell me what happened, because I need kind of the details so we know and understand what you went through and stuff.
Okay, at the very start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, about 2 months ago
Okay.
is when we first really started talking.
So when you say we, who are you talking about?
Me and my other brother was also.
Your brother?
Yeah, who's he has to do with me.
And what's his name?
Robert
Robert? Okay. And how old is he?
Bever, 18.
Okay. All right, go ahead, sorry.
A couple months ago, I think we got to the start of this year, we started talking about voodoo and rampage and stuff like that.
Okay.
I didn't take it seriously at first, but then he started buying body armor and stuff.
Where did he buy body armor from?
eBay and Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, legal.
Does
Yeah.
he have a job?
He did at my tech, he quit at the start of the year.
The initial segment of the interrogation establishes a chilling context. Michael Bever discusses how he and his brother Robert meticulously planned the murders of their family members. His calm and almost detached demeanor, as he describes the weapons and logistics, highlights a deep psychological detachment and a methodical approach to violence. Beaver's focus on the tools used, knives and guns, and the meticulous planning shows an almost obsessive need for control and precision. This behavior is typical of individuals with a high degree of premeditation and a psychopathic personality, where the crime is seen as an intricate task to be executed flawlessly, rather than an emotional or spontaneous act. His casual mention of purchasing weapons and his brother's influence indicates a complex sibling dynamic where Robert, the older brother, plays the role of the dominant, manipulative figure. Michael's compliance, despite his reservations, suggests a psychological dependency and a susceptibility to coercion. His willingness to follow through with such horrific plans, despite his initial hesitations, points to a severe lack of moral grounding and a compromised ability to empathize with his victims, even when those victims are his own family members.
And basically, it just kept escalating, he kept getting ruined, and he asked if I wanted in, and I said yes, so he got me my own set.
Okay.
And then about a month, June 30th, is when he came to me and said he found out that he can legally buy guns without permit in Oklahoma, that he could.
Okay.
And that's when he started planning. And
Now you said he bought body armor, but you kind of said like a bunch of stuff. Did he buy, what else did he buy besides body armor?
besides body armor, knives, and he was in the middle of buying guns and ammunition.
I see. Okay. Where did he buy the knives from?
eBay too.
Okay. Can you tell me like how many knives or what they look like or anything like that?
I think he had about 3 normal knives and then 1 small canvas.
Okay. And then the guns, where did he start buying guns from?
He bought them online. I think the website's like Bud's Gun Shop, and he bought 2 Glocks, 2 Glock 41s, and a shotgun. I forget, it's like a Mox Loop, I think. Bought the Glocks off of the website called Bud's Gun Shop, I think.
Okay.
And he bought the Mox Loop off of the official website, and then had them shipped to Giving Out Gun Club. So they're actually a guy now waiting for him.
So they were shipped to
To a gun shop.
here in Broken Arrow?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Where is that gun shop, do you know?
he said 7 miles away. He was planning on biking up.
Okay.
It's like and I think it's next to Give Mom. It's like a Giving Out Gun shop
Okay.
or something. And then he bought, I think it was like 250 shotgun rounds
Okay.
on eBay. Not eBay, but
On some website.
then I think he bought close to 1,000 rounds for the Glocks.
Wow. Okay.
And
But he
It's
still,
carded.
oh, so he was supposed to have to pick those up.
Yeah, they're supposed to be coming today.
And where was he supposed to pick those?
The ammunition was being shipped to the house. The guns were given out in shop.
Do you know what his eBay user was? No. Okay. I just didn't know if you'd ever been on eBay and shopped or anything.
But I used to a long time ago, not like, novelty stuff.
So then, so he was buying weapons because you guys had talked about murdering.
Yeah, and he started planning again.
Okay.
And I went along with it because I had to figure out a way I thought I wouldn't want to do it. I very quickly learned tonight that I didn't.
Okay. That you didn't want to do it?
I don't want to do it. I didn't, just because I didn't kill anyone.
Okay.
I stabbed someone.
Who did you stab?
My younger brother, Christopher.
Christopher. How old's Christopher?
9, I think.
What did you stab him with?
My knife.
What's your knife look like?
It's green, kind of like camouflage on it, so with.
On where your hand goes or where the blade is? Is camouflage?
Yeah, it's all camouflage.
Oh, the whole thing?
Yeah.
How big is it? Show me how big it is.
I think it's about this big.
Okay.
What?
So what was Christopher doing when you stabbed him?
He was laying on the bathroom floor. Robert was also stabbing him. Robert asked me to go over and help him. So I stabbed Christopher and then,
Where did you stab him?
side of the neck.
Really? Okay. You okay?
Yeah.
You okay? Let me know if you need a break or anything, okay? So was Christopher still alive when you stabbed him?
Yes.
What was he saying and doing?
He was just screaming.
Did you say he was in the bathroom?
Yeah, I was next to the toilet, with that bathroom.
Who else was in the bathroom?
I think Victoria might have been in there. But
Victoria?
Yeah, my 4-year-old sister.
4-year-old, okay. I want to talk about that more, but we got to try to kind of stay like chronologically, if you know what I mean. So let's go back real quick. We talked about the ammunition being delivered, making plans. Tell me more about making plans and what you guys talked about.
Making plans, we plotted every night, and I started realizing we were actually going to do this thing on the second night. And so I started getting ready.
When was that? You second night, what do you mean?
July 1st,
Okay.
because we started shooting the 30th.
That's when you started making the plan?
Yeah, that's when we found out you could buy guns legally.
I see. Did you guys make drawings or write things down?
I
Or
think he had a journal. He basically had his ideas down. I think it's under his bed.
under his
Might
bed?
have checked out.
Is it like a journal, like a notepad or like
Yeah.
a book?
It's like a blank book,
Okay.
a black book. I think it's like a little case or
So
something.
you think he wrote stuff in there?
Yeah, I think he was planning it.
So then the second day, you said that's when you realized that it might actually happen?
Yeah.
What made you realize that?
How serious he was. I mean, he was going through, he started planning on taking all of his money out of his bank and throwing away stuff.
As the confession continues, Michael delves deeper into the specifics of the attack. He talks about the timeline, starting at midnight when he and Robert began their assault. Michael's recounting of these events remains eerily calm as he describes stabbing his younger siblings. His narrative is devoid of the emotional turmoil one would expect in someone describing such brutal acts. This emotional flatness and focus on the technical details of the murder reflect a level of dissociation, a psychological mechanism that allows individuals to separate their actions from their emotions, enabling them to carry out such heinous acts without the typical emotional responses of guilt or remorse. Michael's description of his initial uncertainty about the plan and his ultimate decision to participate despite his doubts underscores his psychological dependency on Robert. The dynamics between the brothers suggest that Robert's influence was significant enough to override any internal moral or ethical objections Michael may have had. This type of coercive sibling relationship, especially in cases involving extreme violence, often involves elements of psychological manipulation and control, where one sibling exploits the vulnerabilities of the other to achieve a shared, albeit twisted, goal.
Throwing away all this stuff, so you know,
Why did he want to do it?
kill people.
Yeah.
Well, mainly two reasons, I think. It's because he just like says he hates everyone. He thinks society is pointless, and so he wanted to kill people.
Now, do
And
you,
also, he wanted to like beat the kill like amount of other famous people like Columbine and James Egan Holmes.
okay. Did you kind of feel that way too? Like when you guys were talking earlier, like
Yeah,
like, do you have a problem with society too, you think?
no, I just
Or you were just more like the number of people getting killed was kind of interesting and exciting?
Yeah.
Okay. So, because you mentioned a couple names of, are those like serial killers or something?
well, like Columbine.
Yeah,
Columbine and James Egan Holmes. James Egan Holmes is a guy that shot at the theater.
in Colorado?
Yeah, he killed 12, and
Wow. How many were killed in Columbine?
Columbine, I don't know, like 15, I
Okay.
think.
So did you guys have a goal? Did you have a number?
He just wanted, I think he wanted to kill like 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so as the planning goes, tell me what plans you started making and coming up with.
Well, originally, I think kind of stayed steady throughout the month. Is we wanted to kill everyone at the house first,
Okay.
and then wait for all the packages to show up over the weekend. And then we take the Yukon and we get our state with the guns and start
Okay.
killing, rampaging.
Did you know where you were going to drive to?
Towards Washington.
Washington State or DC?
Washington State.
Washington State. Why would you go to Washington State?
Just
Never-
kind of,
never
yeah, it's
been there?
kind of the direction we planned on.
And you said Yukon, do your parents have like a Yukon, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a large Yukon XL.
Does Robert have a driver's license?
He has a Lotus Blue.
Okay. So he would be able to drive it. Can you drive if you had to?
No,
Well, you can play video games, surely you can drive a car.
Just
Just not very well. I mean, you could get it from point A to B, you might hit some things on the way, but, okay. So you had a plan, so what happened after, tell me some more.
Well, I think everything started falling in place.
The Kleenex right there for your thumb. There's, yeah, Kleenex right there.
There we go.
Below.
Or maybe it's from your finger, I don't know. Yeah.
But, back a week before is when I started feeling way useless stuff.
Okay.
I need, and so did he.
Did you guys like give things away to friends or anything like that? Or
Threw it in the trash. I'm sure a lot of it's still in the barrels in the garage.
in the garage?
Yeah,
What kind of stuff did you throw away?
random stuff, toys, and stuff that was just piled up in my closet. I needed the room to put the body on.
Oh, I see.
Old shoes, clothes.
How long have you had the body armor?
Body armor? Robert's had his probably since it started ago, and we've been buying it. Well, he's been buying it.
And
Oh, yeah.
was it shipped to the house?
Yeah.
Do your parents know? Did they know it shipped?
They knew he had bulletproof vests. They always thought that was a little weird, but they never said anything about it.
Did he have anything else like the gear that the guys wear, helmets or goggles or gloves?
He had a soft Kevlar vest, a heavy, I don't know, it's like a metal plated vest,
Okay.
level 3A and level 3A. He had a helmet, bulletproof helmet, a bulletproof DEA mask, and wind guards.
Wow.
Also like a knife-proof
Arm thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
knife and balaclava.
Okay.
So yeah,
And then the body armor that you had, what was it like?
it was almost identical.
Okay.
Just a couple different models and stuff.
And where is your body armor now?
Oh, my vest and my helmet, it was laying in the woods. The dog pulled it off of me.
Oh,
I was wearing it.
oh, you were wearing it?
Yeah, I was wearing the soft vest and the plate carrier.
Okay.
So I took that, and the rest of my body armor was still in the closet.
Okay. So then kind of what happened is, you guys started getting all that stuff together and
Yeah.
you're throwing things away and,
Yeah, and redoing all the packages and the holsters, arrows, all that stuff was going to get out from Amazon. And so we set a date.
so was the plan, to use the knives at first on the family?
It was nice.
Because the guns weren't gonna be here till later on?
Yeah, and the guns would be too loud.
Oh, I see.
So, going to use the knives on the family obviously did not go as planned.
Yeah.
Thank God.
In this segment, Michael elaborates on the methodical planning and the role each brother played. He describes how they coordinated their actions and selected their victims within the family, focusing on ensuring the maximum level of control during the attack. His narrative is strikingly devoid of any emotional context. Instead, he focuses on the logistics and execution of the plan as if recounting a mundane task. This level of detachment is characteristic of individuals with psychopathic tendencies, where the focus is on the act itself rather than its consequences or the suffering it inflicts. Michael's discussion of his and Robert's plans to continue the violence beyond their family home highlights a desire for infamy and recognition. Their intention to target others and make a name for themselves reflects a need for validation and control that extends beyond personal revenge or grievance. This grandiosity, combined with the complete lack of empathy or remorse, is indicative of a deeply ingrained antisocial personality disorder, where the individual's self-image and sense of achievement are tied to their capacity for violence and destruction.
Yeah.
I just sort of went so it's right now. Like, we didn't put more people out there.
Yeah. So then you picked a date, you said.
Yeah, which was yesterday night. It was the date.
Did you pick a time and everything?
Yeah, midnight when most of everyone was in bed except for Mom.
So how did you guys know? He just came and got you, or you got him, or what did you guys do?
We were hanging out in the bedroom waiting.
Okay. And so
How'd you pick the date?
It involved with the packages and stuff would be out. Because, all the ammunition, he didn't want them to see that. So we killed him the day before the ammunition got out, the day after we leave.
do you guys not like your mom and dad? I mean, have they, most teenagers don't like their parents, so I can understand that.
Yeah, Mom was okay, but Dad was a little bit,
Just a little bit too much.
Yes.
So you guys waiting in the room,
Mhm.
and was it right when midnight, and that's when things started?
Right at midnight, my sister, she came in because she was going to go to bed. She came in to tell us.
How old is
13.
Okay.
She came in to tell us that Mom went to get the kitchen done before we went to bed and put the cats up. And so basically, we did what we planned. I got to my desk, and I had to look at something to this guy to roll up. We went up behind to grabbed to slid with you.
Really? What did he use?
His large red knife.
Okay. A large red knife?
Yeah, it's like mine.
How big is it?
It's like mine, only red. It's about
Oh, I see.
that big. And then she fell to the ground screaming. Mom came in first, and then she
Did
was
you room upstairs or something? I don't know. I haven't been to your house, so I don't know.
Our room is downstairs. It's towards the back.
Okay. And so she fell down and started screaming.
Yeah, well, I kept stabbing her. I kind of freaked out because,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't planning on
Were
this.
you saying anything, or,
I just stood there.
Okay.
And then Mom came in yelling, called the police. And then he went over and stabbed her.
Then he stabbed her?
Yeah, he probably stabbing her, pushed her, flew down the hallway. And got up and ran.
Okay.
She ran up the door.
So she sat down at your desk, and he slit her throat, you said?
Well, she was standing at my desk and
Oh,
came up behind and slit with the other, and she fell down screaming.
And then he stabbed her some more? When he was stabbing her some more, where was he stabbing her?
Her neck.
Oh, her
Her
neck,
neck and stomach.
stomach, okay.
And then my mom came in and she started yelling, called the police, get Dad. And then he came over and started attacking her. He actually got up and ran out the front door.
Wow.
And once Mom was on the ground, he got up and started chasing after her.
And what were you doing? Did you come out in the hallway?
No, I was just standing in the room in the process. I don't know what I was doing.
So he stabbed your mom with the same knife?
Yeah,
And where did he stab her?
I think in the neck too.
Okay.
And no, actually, he stabbed her in the neck, pushed her into the kitchen, and then together. So with you, she started screaming, ran into the family. At the same time, he realized I left the house.
Okay.
I went over and disabled the alarm.
Okay.
That's what I did. And then
Where's the pad for your alarm?
It's not the front door.
It's what?
It's now the front door.
Near the front door?
Yeah, so I went over and disabled the alarm so it wouldn't,
But has she already gone outside?
She went outside and then Robert went after her.
So where did she?
She was laying in the driveway and he to go her back from, the bench, if you heard, and started choking her.
On the bench out front?
Yeah, it was like a little bench, and he threw a bench on her and went back inside to go after the little kids.
Did he bring her in or did she stay out there?
She stayed out there until he asked me to bring her in. I ran out. I had to go inside. That's why she was in the entryway. I had to go inside.
So you brought her back in?
Yeah,
She's still alive?
Yeah, she was still screaming. And then that's about the time Dad came down.
Okay.
Because his bedroom's upstairs. And he went back in the police area where Robert was. The police area, that's what they call it, our room. And they started attacking Dad. They got a little bit of a fight. But then eventually, Robert got him down and I think he killed him.
Did he cut his throat too? Where did that happen?
In our room.
In your room?
Yeah.
And where were you?
I was standing in the hallway.
Okay. So did you see him cut your dad's throat? Yeah. Did he stab him other places too?
I don't know, I think he just meant for the few. And
where was she? Was in the entryway?
yeah, I think she was in the entryway at that time. And then he went in and
In this part of the confession, Michael's focus shifts to the aftermath of the initial attack. He describes how he and Robert discussed their future plans to extend their killing spree beyond their family, targeting random individuals in a quest for notoriety. Michael's calm and calculated description of these plans, even after having brutally murdered his family members, demonstrates a complete absence of emotional engagement and a pathological need for recognition and control. This desire for infamy, coupled with the detailed planning, suggests a psychopathic need to be remembered, regardless of the consequences. Michael's casual discussion of their intended targets and their strategies for evading capture further underscores his detachment from the gravity of his actions. This lack of remorse and the focus on personal gain and recognition reflect a deeply disturbed mindset, where the pursuit of power and control through violence becomes an all-consuming goal.
And Daniel was in his room, which is down the hall. And I was like,
how old's Daniel?
I think it's 12.
Okay.
And I was like, let me in. And he let me in. He was sitting there on the phone with the police. I grabbed the phone, which is my phone, not my phone. And I went into the kitchen and I smashed the underground. So,
Which was your phone?
yeah, it was my phone.
I don't have a cell phone anymore.
And then I went back down, and and Daniel and Christopher locked himself in the bathroom, Daniel locked himself in Dad's office.
Okay.
And then I finally got both of them to open the door, because they thought I wanted in there to
But they were in different rooms?
Yeah, they're right next to each other, right?
Oh, I see.
And then Robert went in and stabbed him, and they went in and stabbed Christopher, that's when I stabbed Christopher.
So when he stabbed Daniel, where did he stab
I
Daniel?
think he shaved him in the neck, and then Daniel ran off, and so I went in and started attacking Christopher.
So Daniel got stabbed in the neck and he ran off?
Yeah.
Where did he run to?
He ran into the family room about Mom. Mom ended up, she was lying on the ground yelling, call 911.
Okay. And he stopped in there?
Yeah, he collapsed in there, and then Margot came in and started stabbing him in the chest.
Oh, I see.
Then
And then who's the youngest, the 4-year-old?
the 4-year-old, I don't know what happened with her. I hope she's alive.
I'm sorry, maybe I messed up. The one that you stabbed, who was that?
Christopher.
Christopher, that's
He's
what I
a 8-year-old, I think.
He's 8.
10.
And he was in the bathroom?
Yep.
So Daniel had got stabbed in the neck, ran out to where your mom was.
Yeah.
Robert followed him, stabbed him some more.
Yeah, after he stabs Christopher in the bathroom.
Oh, I see, okay.
And then basically after that, everyone was pretty much dead. We forgot about it all.
Who was dead?
Everyone, I think,
Okay.
looks like they were dead, except for she was lying in the interview screaming. Then that was a knock at the door.
Oh, okay.
Someone knocked at the door. I think that might be the neighbor because the police wouldn't be there yet. And then they just kept knocking on the door. So we turned around. I grabbed on, put my soft vest and heavy vest on. I was carrying the plates over my helmet on. And then we went out the back door of Darren's office, climbed over the fence, went down into the park, and started cutting through the woods.
Okay.
How we both collapsed. And we saw some images sitting there, and they found us.
That's how you got kind of dirty and stuff, dirt on you. So you guys collapsed, or were you just kind of hiding out?
Yeah, we were just laying in a little ditch thing in the woods, and then we saw the light, and we lay down, and the dog came over.
Did you hear the dog coming?
Mm-hmm. I heard him coming, I saw him coming, and then they started yelling, and put your hands up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he stepped on my head and handcuffed me.
Okay.
Can you okay, I'm a little bit lost, I think because there's too many people in this house. There's you, there's Robert,
Yeah.
okay, you're 16, he's 18. Then who's next?
Yeah, she's the third oldest. She was the first one.
Okay. And then Daniel,
And then Christopher,
then Christopher,
and then Victoria.
Victoria,
And then,
she's 4.
yeah, Victoria. So
Okay, and what's mom's name?
April.
April?
April Bever, unmarried maiden name, I think you call it. It's Shelby.
Sharp?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, and Victoria's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's dad's name?
David.
David? Okay.
David.
And then, are there any other kids? How many kids is that? That's,
Then there was, she's a baby, she's about to turn 2 toddler. She was up in her bed. I
okay.
think he forgot about her. And I think she stayed asleep until the police came. I saw them get her out, so she's okay.
So you saw them carrying her out?
Yeah, I was in the car.
Was that the plan, was to kill her too, though?
He was looking like he won.
Okay.
So when y'all got done at the house, where were you gonna go?
We were going to hang out there for at least the day. We were going to get the bodies in a room or something in the attic. Clean.
Michael's account of the murders continues to reveal a profound level of psychological detachment. He describes the sequence of attacks, detailing how he and Robert systematically targeted each family member. His narrative remains emotionless as he recalls stabbing his younger siblings and watching them die. The absence of any emotional reaction or remorse indicates a complete dehumanization of his victims, a hallmark of psychopathy, where the perpetrator views others as mere objects in the execution of their plans. His description of their plans to flee and continue their killing spree further illustrates the depth of their psychopathy. The brothers' intent to continue the violence on a larger scale, targeting strangers to gain notoriety, highlights a dangerous escalation from targeted family violence to indiscriminate killing. This progression reflects a pathological need for control and recognition, where the thrill of the act itself becomes the primary motivator, superseding any conventional moral or ethical considerations.
Up and then wait for the ammunition, go pick up the guns, and then we'll leave the next day.
Where were you gonna go? I mean, where was gonna be your mass plan to get the most people, the most bang for your buck?
We're just heading generally towards Washington State. We're going to do it statewide.
Did you guys have, like, were you gonna go, I mean, who else were you gonna kill? Just whoever you ran into?
Yeah, and my food, he said 5 at a time, like gas stations, restaurants.
Okay, and then just
Okay.
keep going. Did he have some money saved up or something?
Yeah, he had about 480 after buying all the ongoing weapons. Plus
You
100.
still have that?
Yeah, plus 100 that I had.
Oh, okay, so we talked a lot about your plans in the beginning, because here's what I don't understand is, as you and Robert are kind of planning things out, I mean, because you seem like a really smart kid, and that you kind of, I mean, it seems like you had some pretty detailed plans, you guys had good equipment and weapons, and it seems to me, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I would think that as you guys plan this out, you had maybe more specific plans, like Robert was gonna kill this person, and
Yeah.
you were gonna kill, so who were you supposed to kill?
I was supposed to take my pistol crossbow. Who was supposed to shank this, and she was supposed to die quietly. Yeah, she was going to be the first one, she was. And then Robert would go in, slit arms, he would push her over with him, we both go in and kill Victoria.
Because they were supposed to be like quiet,
Yeah,
right?
I was scared with it. And then I would go upstairs and shoot David, Dad. And the guy with my pistol crossbow would
Okay,
kill him. And then Robert would go over and kill
okay.
him.
So did you use your crossbow at all?
No, the only time I ever hurt anybody was when I stabbed Christopher in the neck.
Did Robert use your crossbow?
No, it's just saying the time.
Where is your crossbow?
I think it's on my bed still, unless they collected it.
So did you have it out ready to go, and then it just kind of didn't go as planned?
Yeah, no, nothing is planned.
Yeah. Did, I think we talked about it, but did Robert, you said he had a knife that was just like yours, but it was red.
Yeah.
Did he ever use another knife on anybody else or anything?
I don't think he did. I mean, he had another small surgical blade knife.
Yeah.
It's not like 4 inches. He said he was going to use it, but
Where was that?
in his pocket. He had 3 knives. A large, about 15-inch black one.
Like a machete kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of like a cave knife.
Okay.
And the 12,
Where was that, the big one?
it was standing on his belt.
Okay.
And the one he used, the dark red one. And then the small surgical blade, which
Okay.
he had in his pocket.
So, who all died? Who do you know died for sure? Like, what's the count? How do we know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who do you think died?
Dad, Mom, Daniel. That's about all I know because I saw them.
And Daniel's the one that you stabbed?
No, Chris was one I stabbed. Daniel's the one he went in and
That's right.
stabbed him in the lungs.
And he was in the living room.
With Mom.
And Christopher, you stabbed him in the neck.
Yeah, he was in the bath,
So was he still making noise when you left, or how did that go?
Yeah, he was still yelling when I left. I don't think I probably killed him. I think he might have been alive because later I came back and the door was shot and locked it, tried to kick it down.
Okay.
She's gonna, I know she was in that door now.
So,
You kicked it down?
I didn't kick it down.
Okay.
I
Who
just
did?
got it. I just got it too. Nobody kicked it down.
Oh.
It stayed intact. I don't know what's in there if he's still alive.
did you, because here's what I'm seeing happen. You guys had all these detailed plans, you had all the cool stuff to make it happen.
Yeah.
And it kind of started falling apart, and you said like it didn't go as planned. Did you kind of just freak out a little bit, like,
Yeah.
what's really happening?
Well, I didn't know it was going to be like.
Yeah, you don't. But here's what's getting me is like, it's crazy because you guys worked together and made all these plans and, had it all figured out. And then when it happens, you're just kind of standing there not doing anything. And did you decide like, Robert's going to kill everybody and I'm going to stand here and do nothing, so I better, did you,
I think that was my plan. I didn't want to kill anyone who didn't want. I couldn't do it, so I just wanted to let him, kill everyone.
Yeah, but you stabbed somebody in the neck.
I just kind of.
Well, what I'm saying is it's not Robert's the one that should get all the credit here.
Michael's narrative shifts to the events immediately following the murders. He talks about his interactions with law enforcement, displaying an unsettling calmness and willingness to cooperate. His demeanor during these interactions is strikingly composed, suggesting a high degree of control and detachment from the reality of his actions. This controlled demeanor, even in the face of intense questioning, is indicative of a psychopathic personality, where the individual is able to maintain a facade of normalcy despite the horrific nature of their crimes. The way Michael discusses his actions, focusing on the practical aspects rather than the emotional or moral implications, highlights a deep-seated disconnection from societal norms and values. His primary concern appears to be the logistics of their plan and the potential for escape and notoriety, rather than the lives he has destroyed. This focus on the mechanics of the crime, rather than its impact, is a key indicator of his inability to empathize or connect with the suffering of others, a core characteristic of severe antisocial personality disorders.
Yeah.
Because it's a big deal. I mean, you're going to be on the news. You know what I mean?
People are gonna wanna interview you.
I don't want to be interviewed with this.
Well, but I'm just thinking,
He does.
because you had said you had the plans, like, you're supposed to kill this person,
Yep.
he's supposed to kill this person. Were you supposed to kill Christopher? Was he your responsibility?
No,
It just worked out that way?
When Daniel was supposed to be his responsibility. I was supposed to kill Dad. And Victoria, hopefully Victoria.
But he had already basically done that.
Yeah.
So now you're left standing there. So were you trying to kill Christopher when you stabbed him in the neck? Were you just gonna?
I purposely missed the middle of the neck. I think I might have even hit him in the shoulder. I certainly didn't do it hard, but I don't know.
So, originally, your responsibility was
Victoria
Victoria
and Dad.
and Dad.
Yep, that's what I was supposed to take care of.
Did you guys talk specific? Because you said the crossbow. So you said, I mean, you guys had it planned like this is specifically how we're gonna do it.
Yeah, it was very specific, unfortunately, you know. I think he got his plan to move or something. It doesn't work out that way.
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be a lot quicker and quieter, I guess. I mean, did you, so had your cell phone, is that right?
Daniel had my cell phone.
Daniel.
He got my cell phone and called the police.
So when did you last have your cell phone that you remember?
Yeah, I remember. I think it was in my pocket. Like either that or I was sitting on the living room couch.
Okay.
And I don't know when he got it.
So you had maybe left it on the living room couch and gone to your room, and
Yeah.
you guys are waiting for things to go down.
Okay,
Did he like ever use your phone or play with it or do any of that stuff?
no, he wasn't allowed to.
So did he only get your phone because he was trying to call for help?
Yeah.
So do you think he went to the living room and got it?
Yeah, I think he did because mom was laying in the living room, screaming, call the
Okay.
police.
And so somehow he came down the hall?
Yeah. I don't know if he might have got in my room and while I was outside, I was doing nothing alone.
Okay.
I don't know what it was.
Do you know what alarm company or alarm spare?
We never actually, it's just the alarm, the sound
Just
itself.
a sign.
Okay.
Yeah, just the sign, I think it's ADT, whatever.
And are there cameras or anything in your house?
Yeah.
Where do those record to?
Hallways, living rooms, another hallway, and,
Is it a computer or something somewhere?
I don't think it was being recruited, no,
Oh,
just live.
do you not have, oh, so is there a TV where you can watch it somewhere?
Yeah, my dad watches it on his phone, he has an app to watch it on his phone. Not just on
Is
his.
that through like the cable company or something? Or?
No, I think it's something he set up, like his own server or something.
Oh, okay. And you don't think it's being recorded?
I don't know if it was being recorded. I mean, his computer system, like, super hard to get into.
Oh, but is it like a good computer system?
It's a good computer system.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a database engineer or something, so.
Oh, that's right. So as all this was going on, what was Robert saying? Did he say anything to you?
He didn't say anything to me until we were getting ready to head out the back door. I asked him if he was okay, what was going on. He said, yeah.
Okay. So you guys were just kind of silent the whole time?
Yeah, it was silent.
Did you cut your finger? Is that your other hand? Is that?
I think I might have done this, just kind of step Christopher.
Okay.
So,
So that might be from your own knife, is what you think?
it's fine.
Are you right or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Right-handed.
In this section, Michael discusses his role during the attack, revealing a disturbing detachment from the brutal events he recounts. When asked if he was supposed to kill Christopher, Michael's response is vague, and he shows no signs of regret or moral conflict. His statement, "I was just going along with it," indicates a passive role in the planning and execution of the crimes, suggesting that he perceived himself as an instrument rather than an active participant. This kind of depersonalization is typical in cases where the individual feels detached from their own actions, a psychological state often seen in those with dissociative tendencies or severe emotional suppression. His focus remains on the mechanics of the plan rather than the horror of the acts themselves, demonstrating a cognitive disconnect between the physical act of violence and the moral implications of those actions. Michael's interactions with his brother Robert show a clear power dynamic where Robert holds significant sway over him. This influence is apparent when Michael describes how he followed Robert's lead without question, despite the escalating violence. This dynamic highlights a classic case of coercive control, where one sibling exerts psychological dominance over the other, often leading to a shared delusion, or a folie à deux, where both parties feed off each other's escalating pathology.
And so how do you think you cut your finger?
I was kind of.
Were you holding him?
No, he was on the floor, but
Yeah.
I wanted to give something.
You don't remember?
I cut it with my own knife, I know that.
And you think it was during the time when you were stabbing him?
Yeah, around that time.
Did you say anything to Christopher?
Nice.
No. So you stabbed him. Now it's several hours later. How are you feeling?
This whole thing, like film when you first start to getting caught, I think it only lasted about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like, because it's 8 o'clock in the morning now. So it's like 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
So how do you feel now? I mean,
I
just kind of,
I didn't want to do that.
yeah.
I shouldn't have done that.
So you were saying you pleaded with, I guess, when they were locked in the bathroom, and what other room were they locked in?
The bathroom, and then right next to it is my dad's office. Daniel locked himself in his office.
Is it just one door to get into the bathroom and the office?
No, there were two doors right next to each other.
Right next to like this?
Like, like
In
this.
the corner?
Yeah.
Kind of.
And I was like, I said hello, Robert's after me, and they both opened up.
And which room did you go
I went into the bathroom, just, I stabbed Christopher.
in? Okay. But, and then what did Robert go?
Robert went into the office where Daniel was, stabbed him. Daniel ran off, and they came into the bathroom and started stabbing Christopher. I left. And,
Okay.
So, I guess where I'm kind of confused is if you didn't want this anymore, and you didn't want this to go down this way, why con them into opening the doors and letting this continue?
I was trying to help Robert. Because,
And so when you guys ran out the back door with all your stuff, and of course that wasn't part of the plan, did you guys talk and like, hey, we need to go this way, and now it's
I
high?
think we pretty much knew where to go.
Okay.
I just kept asking if he was okay, because, we acted like he was about to, collapse.
Okay. Because you guys have been through those woods before?
Yeah, we used to play in them.
Okay.
So we knew where to go.
And you said someone had knocked at the door.
Yeah, that's why we didn't go through the front door and get in the vehicle.
Okay.
Because someone said to do.
And you said maybe that was the neighbor,
I think it was
but did you also think, is it the police?
I know if it was the police, they would have gone into the door because was laying right down.
Okay.
The view of the window screening.
What was, when did you realize the police were there?
When we were in the woods.
Okay. And how did you know the
We
police?
heard the sirens, and
Oh.
we said then a couple minutes later we saw the lights.
And they heard a dog?
Yeah.
Was a dog barking or growling or something?
It was growling.
Yeah.
Pulled me up.
So
this.
at the point when you heard the sirens and stuff, were you guys kind of hiding and hunkered
Yeah,
down?
we'd been sitting down.
Hoping they wouldn't find you?
Yeah,
Okay.
to the ditch.
So did you guys tell anybody else your plans?
No, I didn't tell anyone else. I don't know if Rob was talking to people online about it.
So how many computers are in this house?
There's no progress. I think everyone has at least one computer. There's like 3 Chromebooks, which Daniel, Perry, and Christopher use. I have 2 laptops. Darius will get design. Robert also has 2 laptops, same type. Has a tablet laptop thing.
Where are your 2 laptops?
Robert's is in his closet, mine is on the desk.
Do you guys share a room?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 2. Do you use both of them, or one's an old one and
One's an old one.
So you don't really use that?
No, I was gonna get the guys and stuff.
I see. And your newer one's on the desk?
Yeah, next to the old one.
And then Robert has 2, but he has an old and new one?
Yeah, the same things. I have an old compact, he has an old compact.
Okay. What's your new one?
Gateway.
And then what's Robert's new one?
Also a gateway laptop's in the model.
And where is his new one?
In the closet, I think, with his old one. Mine's on the desk with my old one.
Okay.
We were going to plan on, taking those guys out. Just,
To take them with you or something?
we were
Oh, has the old one?
Yeah, we were going to keep
Yeah.
looking to go away.
Do you,
In these minutes, Michael discusses the aftermath of the attack and his interactions with law enforcement. His calm, almost casual recollection of events, such as when he handed his cell phone to his younger brother, or his thoughts during the chaos, underscores his emotional detachment. Michael's narrative lacks any sense of urgency or remorse, reflecting a psychopathic inability to connect with the suffering he inflicted. He talks about his thought process during the attack, admitting that he didn't want to kill anyone, but felt compelled to follow through with the plan. This reluctance, combined with his ultimate participation, suggests a complex interplay of fear, coercion, and psychological dependency on Robert. Michael's statements reveal a dissonance between his stated intentions and actions, highlighting a fragmented self-perception where he sees himself as both victim and perpetrator. Michael's description of their plans to flee and continue their violent spree reveals a chilling preoccupation with control and notoriety. The desire to make a name for themselves through mass violence is indicative of a deeper psychological pathology, where the need for power and recognition overrides any normative moral or ethical considerations. This grandiose thinking, combined with the complete lack of empathy, is characteristic of a dangerous escalation in psychopathic behavior.
does your laptop have like a passcode or password on it or
Yeah,
something?
I can tell you the password if you need it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. What is it?
Once I graduated high school, I changed it to hashtag 2014, capital G, grad.
Capital G,
Yeah,
grad, G-R-A-D,
Yeah.
and then G is capital.
hashtag 2014.
I see.
Do you know the password on Robert's?
No.
And so I may have asked you already, where's your knife now? Do you know? Or where was
My
it
knife,
last?
all my 3 knives were in my pocket. Were in my pocket bag.
Oh, when you got caught? Okay. So here's a problem that we might have, and I don't want it to be an issue for you because you've been really cooperative. We're going to talk to Robert too. So he's going to give us his version of the story, and, sometimes they're going to be different. So is there anything that you kind of didn't quite tell me right, or you changed a little bit, and now that you understand that Robert's going to tell me everything?
He'll probably tell you exactly the eight of them, because that's what I told him, when we were sitting down in the woods, to make conversation. But, forensics will show you how this guy, Christopher.
What 3?
What do you mean you told him? So you told him you killed 3 people?
Yeah, I told him, because he asked me how many did you get. I said 3.
Did you tell him who you got?
No, I just said 3.
So do you, I guess this is my question for you. Do you think it's a lesser sentence if you killed 1 or if you killed 3?
No.
I don't know. I think Robert, he may have, there's going to be a lot of differences. That's what I'm concerned about. And we don't want you to come off as a liar. I mean, because you've been real cooperative. You seem like a really good kid. You know, you graduated high school early. You're designing games. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you got going on. And so I don't want people to get a bad opinion of you and think that you're the type of guy that lies to police when it's kind of caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So tell me, I know that you're leaving something out. Because it's like she said, you know, this isn't like you stole a bicycle. You know, this is the most you can do, you know. So it's a big deal. But a lot of people, when they talk and think about this thing, your honesty is a big deal and how you handle yourself from here on out. And if you come off, because to me, you don't seem like a bad guy. You know, like, you don't scare me. I mean, I never thought you would have done this. So you just seem like a normal kid to me. And you seem like an honest kid. But see, I talk to people all the time, and I mean, I know when people are lying or when I'm not quite getting the whole story. And so I just want to catch you before you get in that bad spot where people start saying you're a bad guy, you're evil, you're a liar. So just tell me what I'm missing.
I mean, along with the do thing, I was going around to, like, convincing the people who were still alive that, like, I was on their side. I called the police, you know, so they would, like, stay and I would get them.
So they kind of stay on the ground, and he'd be able to come stab him again.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to go get Robert to let him know someone was still making too much noise or anything?
No, it was chaotic. It was just going from person to person.
So what kind of things did you say to them?
But the only things I said to them was when I was trying to convince them that I was with him, so they would, you know, come to me and could kill them.
Okay. And that's all you think that he might tell me different? Is he gonna lie to me?
I don't know. I don't think he would lie because I'm pretty sure the only reason he's like he let himself get arrested. It's not like getting a major shootout and dying from the police is because he might see the aftermath. So
During this segment, Michael speaks about their initial escape plan after the murders. He describes their attempt to flee through the woods and evade the police, highlighting their meticulous planning and awareness of their surroundings. His ability to recount these details calmly, without any sign of emotional distress or fear, points to a high level of cognitive control and psychological detachment, traits often seen in individuals with severe antisocial personality disorders. Michael's narrative of their flight, his discussion of the technology they used, and his understanding of law enforcement procedures reflect a strategic mindset. His focus on the logistics of their escape, rather than the human consequences of their actions, shows an almost militaristic approach to the crime, where the goal was not just to kill, but to execute a complex plan with precision. The detachment with which he describes their failed escape attempt, including the involvement of dogs and law enforcement, underscores his disconnection from reality. This emotional flatness, combined with his strategic thinking, suggests a pathological level of self-control and planning, traits that make individuals like Michael particularly dangerous because of their ability to execute highly organized, premeditated acts of violence without emotional interference.
I don't know. He's going to
I see. So you think he may kind of just tell us what happened too? Okay. Did you guys talk about being on the news and getting to see each other on TV and stuff?
Yeah.
What kind of things did you say and talk about?
Mostly about how we were planning on killing more people.
Yeah.
Top. And we become famous, we get on Wikipedia lists.
Oh, okay.
People.
That'd be a big deal, yeah. I mean, do you think they might even make a movie or something, or a TV show?
I don't know about a TV show, but
Did you guys talk about that?
yeah, definitely documentaries and stuff. He just wanted to be famous.
What did you want?
Me?
You keep talking about what he wanted. What did you want?
No, I just wanted to get my bonus for get a job.
But I mean, your big brother's telling you he wants to be famous, and you guys are making these plans. Surely you want some of that fame too, right?
Yeah, I do want to do it with him because like he's going to do it no matter what. He says if I don't do it with him, they'll just kill me too. Or leave me there. So do it with him.
Yeah.
So y'all have been planning this since 30th of June, you said?
Yeah.
That's the first time y'all talked about it?
Well, not the first time we talked about Bobo. I mean, he got us light vest. You know, he said you would become sour pill. I didn't think he'd ever do it. But
You need anything? We're gonna step out for just a second. Crap.
We'll just be right outside, all right? Well, I was right. The guys that are interviewing Robert kind of gave me a quick version of what he's saying that you did, and you haven't told me everything, okay? So I know you're not being completely honest, and I gave you one shot already.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you said. I mean,
Well, you stabbed more than one person. So who else did you stab?
saying,
Or you stabbed more than just one time?
oh, I stabbed Christopher more than one time.
How many times did you stab him?
I think twice.
Because you don't think we're going to know that?
Stop thinking and go with what you know.
You mentioned forensics a minute ago.
I know.
I mean, I'm just one of like hundreds of people that are going to look at this thing, okay? I mean, we got the state police coming in. There's, I don't know, 20 different forensic detectives at your house right now.
They're gonna be there a long time because of the scene that it is.
So everybody that you killed and every single stab wound that you inflicted, we're going to know about. And this is your last chance to just kind of let us know, to be honest, to man up and tell us exactly what you did.
In the final segment, Michael expresses a desire for normalcy and recognition, juxtaposed with his involvement in horrific crimes. His statement that he just wanted to be famous reveals a deep need for validation and recognition, which he sought to achieve through violence. This need for notoriety, coupled with his willingness to commit extreme acts to achieve it, is a hallmark of psychopathic and narcissistic personality disorders, where the individual's self-worth is tied to their perceived impact on others, regardless of the moral or ethical costs. His admission that he felt compelled to participate because Robert would kill him too if he didn't suggests a coercive dynamic in their relationship. This statement, while potentially self-serving, also points to a complex psychological interplay where fear, manipulation, and a desire for acceptance drove him to commit unimaginable acts. His narrative reflects a fragmented sense of self, where his identity is torn between the need for acceptance and the urge for power and control. Michael's recounting of the events, devoid of any true emotional engagement or remorse, emphasizes his deep psychological disconnection. His ability to articulate his thoughts and feelings so dispassionately, even when describing the brutal murder of his family members, underscores his profound emotional detachment and his inability to connect with the gravity of his actions. This final segment encapsulates the depth of his psychopathy, where the thrill of planning and executing violence overshadows any semblance of human empathy or remorse.
And start making it right.
I hit Christopher. I did not stab Victoria with Daniel.
You did not stab Victoria.
I tried to stab Mom.
You stabbed them all.
When she was walking away, I tried to go for a neck, but,
Is that when you cut yourself?
yeah, I think I'd have to do that.
Where did you stab her?
I tried to go from behind the car, but
Did you cut her?
yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like something you have to think about. I know you're still kind of dealing with it. And I wasn't there, I wasn't the one doing it, but you don't have to think about it. You know what you did. So you cut her neck, you stabbed Christopher in the neck. How many times did you stab Christopher?
2 or 3, I think.
And who else did you stab?
Besides Mom.
Because here's the thing, everybody's been stabbed, and you both had knives, and we know you both stabbed everybody. So you guys are kind of at the same level, and so now it's who's going to be honest and make this right, and who's a liar, okay? Which one do you want to be?
I'm not a liar.
Okay, so you're a man of your word?
Yes.
Okay. And do you want to make this right and do the right thing at this point in time?
Yes.
Okay. What else are you missing?
You want to start over then?
I'm like,
You tell us where you need to start.
he stabbed. I didn't stab. I was stabbed Roy. Took a window. So,
What about the crossbow?
crossbow. Yeah. It was pulled back, like it didn't have a bolt or arrow or anything. It's got 5 and broke.
It
So,
broke.
Yeah, I never that's not use it. It's broke. It's cheap.
So it broke before last night.
It broke and I tried to godify it because I wasn't able to do anything and I just need to unclock it. It's like when I went out there, I pulled the cable and this thing,
And that was a while ago, or that was last night?
Oh, that was last night.
Because you were supposed to use it.
I was supposed to use it. I was caught back and I wasn't going to use it, so I tried to, unclock it and it broke.
So nobody's going to have any crossbow injuries.
No, they're not.
What about the big knife, the machete? Did that get used on somebody?
I think he might have used it on it. I think that's what he might have used to stab him in the chest.
And what about the surgical blade knife?
I think that's what someone still with too. So yeah, I think he used all of them. I only used the one. I was the green one.
You only used the green one, and you're sticking to that.
Yes.
And so you only stabbed your family because they were in the way towards the bigger plan?
Well, the reason we was gonna kill family is They were in the way, and higher count. There's a parallel.
Just to start off with a big count.
So, so is this all a game? This higher count, I'm confused. Is this a game?
It's more like kind of become famous, kind of get set a record.
Did you, now, because you said this yourself, you told Robert you killed 3.
Yep.
And so now we're stuck at the point where you've told us you stabbed Christopher and your mother. Is there one more person that you stabbed and you didn't mention earlier?
No.
Okay.
I can say to my mom that I ain't stabbed anybody else, but this
How do you feel about what you've done now?
I didn't like it the minute it started.
I mean, how do you feel about your mother? You watched her get stabbed, you cut her throat yourself, and you watched her bleed all over the place and scream. How does that make you feel?
No, I don't think about it.
You don't want to think about it. And Christopher, your little brother, I mean, you stabbed him in the neck. What has he ever done to you? So he's just a number.
Yes.
And how do you feel about that now?
Pointless.
It's what?
Pointless.
Pointless. Would you be willing to write us a statement, kind of explaining what we just talked about?
Yeah.
Kind of start at the beginning,
With
like,
paper, I don't know if I can get that all.
yeah, pen and paper is what I'm talking about. I got these forms that you can write on. You think you could do that for me?
Sure, like about what?
Well, what I would want you to kind of write down is basically what we talked about.
Okay,
Like kind of talking about the plans that you guys put together, the stuff that you got, that he bought for you, and then what you're going to do, and then what happened last night.
yeah, like a little timeline.
Yeah, just basically like a timeline. Kind of like your story, like almost you're writing it for a book or a magazine or something.
Oh.
Let me fill out some of this for you first.
So you think the first time he ever talked to you about killing people was how long ago?
First time we ever mentioned killing people, I don't know, it might have been 2013 to 2014.
Okay, so we can, so you're going to put, it says I at the other sign, so you're going to put your name right there for me, so go ahead and write your name there. And then it says and it wants to know how old you are in years.
Okay, like 16.
Yeah, that's good. And then it says, that's fine, we know. You were born on, so put your date of birth right here.
Okay, like
However, it doesn't matter, however you want to do it.
And the guns were supposed to be picked up from where?
you go to now gun shop. It's down the road, about 7 miles.
And then
On Elm?
put your address there, and you can come to the next line if you need to, if you need room.
And what was the name of that website?
Bud's Gun Shop and the official Monster website, I think. Like,
Yeah, perfect. Let's see, so, I'll use this other pen too. So, put my name on here, so you know. Okay, so here's what it says. I have been duly warned and advised by Eric Benz, a person who has identified himself as a detective, that I do not have to make any statement at all, nor answer any questions or do anything that might go against me or incriminate me in any manner, and any statement I make again will be used against me. I was also advised if I am not able to hire an attorney on my request, and have an attorney appointed for me by the proper authority without cost or charge to me. I do not want to talk to an attorney, and I hereby knowingly and purposely waive my right to the advice and presence of an attorney before and during any questioning, or at any time before or while I voluntarily make the following statement to the aforesaid person. knowing that anything I say can only be used against me in the court or courts of law. I declare that the following voluntary statement is made to the aforesaid person of my own free will, without promise or hope of reward, without fear or threat of physical harm, without coercion, favor or offer of favor, without leniency by any person or persons whoever. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Okay. So what you can do is, you can write here, and then if you run out of space, just jump over here and write here. If you run out of space here, let me know. I've got more of these. So just do your best. Don't worry about spelling. If you misspell something, it's not a big deal.
This pen is like, what?
You will try that one. That one might be better. That one seemed kind of crappy too, though. Is that one better?
Yeah.